Ooh.
Come on in, everybody. Welcome, D.
What up, D? Tanja.
Thank you for my welcome back, Tanja. We're waiting for everybody to join the party.
Welcome back, Deanna.
Hey, Tanya. Good morning, C. Lee. We got C. Lee for 40 minutes because he's heading to New Orleans.
Oh, okay.
New Orleans. This is our meditation music.
What up, Tanya? What up, Samantha? Good morning.
Good morning, Samantha. I love teal. I love that name. I love the color teal. I have a family friend named Teal.
Really?
Yes. Wisdom and love. Hello, fam. Good morning, Nick Felden.
What up, Nick? What up, Wisdom? April?
Hi, April from Tampa. Oh, thank you. I would love to go back to London. I've never properly been to London. I've only gone to London on layovers to South Africa. So I've never done a proper London trip. Nice. Happy Saturday, Drea Dances. Thank you so much for my congratulations. I really appreciate that. Yes, the dynamic duo is back in the house, me and Flossie. Good morning, Man Rayton. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. That means a lot. ATL is in the house. We can get started, as well as JD Washington. JD. Good morning. All right. Okay.
How good this song is.
Yeah, it's such a great song. Okay. So we're going to actually do good morning, Rodney.
Yo.
Rodney, let me know if you want to come on because we want to talk about celebration. So let me know so I can send you the link if you want to come on. But it's going to be towards the end of the show, not at the beginning. So just let me know. Good morning, Annie.
Annie Christian.
Until you're crucified. Okay, don't get me started on Annie Christian.
Yes. Right. Settle down, people.
Yes, please do swing by. We're going to talk about the event at the University of Minnesota on the 7th. We're going to talk about a lot of the events around celebration. We're just going to...
Yeah, man.
I love the guitar in that track. It's so low and deep and embedded in the track. Yes, Kim, I can't wait to see you at Celebration. I always love seeing you. I've seen you in New York a lot lately, so it'd be really great to see you in Minneapolis.
Yeah, can we just, because the people are just going to be coming in with the love, we got to get it right off the top, and we're going to say congratulations to you, D'Angelo, and also to Rodney as well for doing the fan panel at Celebration. Man, we got to clap that
up. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Good morning, Brandy. Good morning, Vanessa.
Vanessa?
Yeah.
What's going on? Wisdom.
Yes, let's talk about that. Thank you, Wisdom and Love. So Janelle Monáe has planned an album signing at Electric Fetus to capitalize on fam being in town. The Army has been asked not to support this event. Can you tell me a little bit more about why not? Thank you so much.
You talking about Janelle Monáe?
Janelle Monáe. Yeah, Janelle Monáe.
Dude, I wasn't planning on going to Minneapolis, but album signing?
Thank you so much,
Yes.
Dr. Claw. I really appreciate it.
What up,
Yeah,
Doc?
we're gonna get into it. And
What's
yeah,
up, Violet?
what's up, Violet? Thank you so much, Violet. I've been meaning to send you a short note saying how much I really appreciate it. You holding it down last week. My apologies, but work has been crazy. I was telling Michael Dean at the beginning of the call, I am actually really tired and I'm faking my my energy.
I'm cracking the whip. Like, you're gonna be on the show, guys. Man was sick.
Yeah, but also my mom would be cracking the whip because my mom don't like dead people. So she like anytime she goes to any kind of public event and people be dragging, I just can hear my mom. You better not be dragging. So yeah. So
Hey, that's her album rollout. I'm just appreciating the art. You dig? So.
yes. This is pretty funny. Yep. All right. Yeah, I thought it was, thank you, Samantha. I thought it was a listening party and not a book signing as well. I need to look in, I haven't looked into it. I haven't looked into what I'm doing next week. So that was something that I wanted to look into to see what was going on. But I think it's just a listening party and not a album signing, unless they've changed it. I don't know.
You do like a Chris Rock photo op thing.
I don't know. Yeah, it could be. So, all right. So we have a lot to talk about, but before I do that, I want to do something really quick, just in case. Give me 1 second. I'm being very ghetto.
This is your ghetto?
It is my ghetto. I can do whatever I want. So let's see.
It's like Cosby Show ghetto.
Yes. Okay. All right. So let's do our housekeeping. We have okay. I still would love to know why.
That is kind of weird. Yeah. What army you talking about? Maybe not the French army, but I don't know.
Yeah, if we could get some more context, that would be fantastic. All right. So, what did Prince do this week? The state of Prince Rogers Nelson is not affiliated, associated, or connected with the What Did Prince Do This Week book club series. We're going week to week, not date to date. All the detailed schedule at princebookclub. Well, actually, that's not true. It's bookclub.polishsolid.com, or you can scan the QR code, or you can use the bit.ly link. And we are rocking the expanded edition. Right, Chia? Yep. So that's it with the blue type at the top. That's what we're rocking. And I haven't used StreamYard in a while, so I don't even know how to use StreamYard.
You ain't been drinking last night. That's why you really got tired.
I know. Let's address that, Michael Dean. I've actually never drank in my entire life.
Oh,
not
really?
even a glass of wine. I am
Congratulations to you.
I'm anti-alcohol. I never did drugs, never smoked.
Okay.
My drug of choice is purple music.
Well, there you go.
It always has been and it always will be. I'm tired because I just work too much. That's what's going on.
D'Angelo had to set that straight from the
yeah.
I don't drink. Nah.
I don't drink. Not only do I not drink, I'll tell a story. Unfortunately, my dear best friend who passed a couple of years ago, he was a drinker and all of his buddies drinked. I mean, like starting off at noon.
Oh, wow.
I was hanging out with my best friend and actually we met at the Love Sexy concert and we were best friends like since 17, 18. When his crew came in, I got up, said hi, and walked right out the door. Peace. Every single time. Or if he says if when we'll be out like having dinner or something, and then they start showing up, I quickly eat. It's like I don't want to be involved.
I respect that.
Yeah, it's just that I mean, obviously, some people can handle their alcohol, but other people start saying crazy stuff and doing things they normally wouldn't.
You're
And,
doing too much. Yeah, that's doing too
yeah, we don't want all that.
I got you.
So,
well, I do, but
and that's totally fine. Like, I'm not like, oh my God, Michael Dean is banned from the show.
I ain't no drunk now. God damn, why? Just a little, adult beverage. Grown folks should get.
Yeah.
But nothing crazy.
Welcome, Raywin. It's very nice to have you here.
What's going on, man?
All right, so let's get finished with our housekeeping because we have a lot to talk about. And archives are obviously on Polished Solid. You can also find them on Michael Dean's channel. And please subscribe, like, and help spread the word of What Did Prince Do This Week, because we are committed and we're going to be doing this for a very long time.
No, it's just this water. But I would do something like that, but I wouldn't have this much in there. Come on now, Samantha, stop.
Welcome.
Tag on me, but that's all
right. And Andrea, it's always a pleasure. Andrea, are you coming to Minneapolis? Are you coming to the celebration? Well, we'll talk about that later. Okay, so we got to do What Did Prince Do This Week, and then we'll get into all things celebration. All right, so at the top of the hour, we played our Madhouse 22, which is Little Rock off of Times Squared, and it was composed by Prince and Eric Leeds. And we still got Larry Fratangelo on the percussion, conga, and talking drum, and it was mixed by Eric Leeds. Now, like I said, if you listen to the song, I love how the song is bookended by Prince's guitar, but it's very low in the mix. And I just think it's brilliant. And sometimes you hear like these little drums. It almost sounds like there's another song underneath the song. But if Eric Leeds mixed it, or did Eric Leeds mix it? Maybe Prince mixed it. I don't know. Right. So it would be really interesting to find out more about Times Square. Again, I'm going to try to see if I can get Eric Leeds on the show. That would be really, really awesome to talk about Times Square. But sometimes he doesn't like talking about certain releases. So I don't know how he feels about Times Square. Thank you so much, Tammy. I really appreciate it.
Don't get fired now. But I appreciate you watching this at work. That is so dope.
Yes. So dope. Shh, we haven't said it. That. Yes. We want to make sure. All right. So week 22. According to Duane's book, nothing happened this week in terms of studio stuff. I find that very, very hard to believe. But I was telling Michael earlier, maybe Prince is thinking about Purple Rain or, the film and rehearsing. And Yep. And so I wanted to talk about what did Prince do. We're going to do a May recap with the quickness. Okay. So for May 1983, Prince tracked 6 songs and he went to 1 award ceremony. And the 6 songs that he tracked in May were Moral Majority, I Want to Be a Martinaire, and Possessed, Let's Go Crazy, Vibrator, and G-Spot. Now, G-Spot, I really hate that I missed the G-Spot conversation last week, and I am not going to monopolize this episode talking about G-Spot because I could. It's one of my favorite songs of all time. I was really happy, actually, that Zach, and shout out to Zach Hoskins for also guesting last week. I really loved all of the Vibrator history, particularly from 1983. I didn't know about that context. It's always great to have someone who does deep dives and really does their research. And that's one of the reasons why I love Zach so much. And his scholarship. So One thing that he talked about that I was happy that he talked about were the leaked stems for G Spot. I don't know where they came from, why they came from, but that was one thing that I've always loved are those G Spot stems. I wish we had them for all Princess songs.
Never heard that.
You haven't heard them? So so they're basically you can hear just the bass, just the bass, and the bass.
Oh wait. Okay. I heard that. I thought you meant all the other tracks or something.
No, just the bass, and then also, but there's also a guitar track. It's just a guitar.
Oh wow.
Yep, and then there might be some others. I can't remember because I haven't listened to. Because I always listen to the bass stems. And
I want to explain what the stems are to people.
Okay, so basically, when you have a multi-track, and multi-tracks meaning like if you've ever seen a soundboard, there are columns. So normally, a instrument is mapped to one of those vertical columns. And when you have your faders, you can fade the volume up and down on certain instruments. So you can also solo some of those columns, so you're just listening to, let's say, bass, or you're just listening to guitar. So you can export a multi-track file into separate, what we call stems, which is like the soloed instrument, unless it's recorded. Like sometimes two or more instruments could be tracked on one column, but that's the reason why you have 4-track versus 8-track versus 24-track. And Prince, one of the reasons why there's so much stuff in Love Sexy in terms of sounds and tracks is because Prince had just gotten a new console that had more tracks than he had ever had in his life, obviously. And then I think they even put 2 together to have even more tracks. So that's what stems are. That was probably more than you guys wanted to know. But
give you the ghetto. It just the multi-tracks. They're every individual sound got its own track. So somebody just I don't know how they did that, but isn't there I think there's a there's a Let's Go Crazy.
Yes, there's a Let's Go Crazy one as well.
All of the tracks.
Yep. The Let's Go Crazy one got released from the Heavens recently, but the G Spot one has been out for.
No, Let's Go Crazy has been out for a couple years now.
But I'm saying, G Spot's been out 10, 15 years, a long time.
Oh, okay. I got
you. Very long time.
Got you.
So yeah. Thank you, Kim. I appreciate you. So Kim is taking Michael Dean's position of we have to be educating the newbies. So thank you, Kim. Yes, Tanja, I wish that some of the upcoming box sets would include stems, particularly the vocal tracks. Having vocal tracks stemmed, but the thing is, I think, I could be wrong. I really need an engineer. I guess we need to bring in an engineer. And I guess that'd be a great question for someone like Peggy Mack or Susan Rogers, is sometimes when you're recording early in Prince's career, he didn't have all those tracks because nobody had all those tracks. I mean, it depends on, when you started upgrading your tracks, and you would usually bounce down certain instruments to 1 track and then keep recording and bounce down. So with some of the early stuff, you wouldn't be able to get individual stems unless they recorded it that way, because they might have bounced it down to 1 track.
Yeah, we could go down a rabbit hole.
Yes, we could. And unfortunately, Panic Survivor says still have no idea what stems are, but that's okay. So, I mean, to try to put it what I call to break it down, and if I can't break it down, then I can't break it down.
A good example. It's on video. If you look up the Donnie Simpson video soul when he went to Minneapolis, it's the episode with Jammin' Lewis, and they literally show you. I think they're doing fishnet recording, and they're at the control board and they're sort of soloing tracks, taking out, they'll just take it to the bass line. That's essentially what it is. It's just each individual track. You can listen to them individually. All it is in the digital world, somebody just pulled those individual tracks as MP3s or whatever. And so if you had a program that could put all those tracks together, you can make your own mixes of the songs, essentially.
Yep. So, okay, there we go. We got a, oh, okay. Awesome. See, that's what the book club is about. So, book club is about educating each other. And also, as Sandra says, and Michael Dean says, do your Googles. It's really important to understand that. I personally think, but that's just me because I'm into music and all
I
that.
agree. It would be interesting. It sort of demystifies it a little bit. Like I felt like that when I listened to the Let's Go Crazy. I was like, oh, and you realize the vocals are when you take everything and just listen to a vocal, sometimes it doesn't have the effects that you hear in the mix. It could just be the raw track or you can hear like how he was kind of layering his voice. Like I said, it kind of demystifies it. I don't know if you should be doing that sometimes. It's almost like somebody revealing the magician's secret.
Mm-hmm. Like the man behind the curtain, so to speak.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and it loses. For me, it doesn't lose anything. I think it makes it better because, like, sometimes, particularly in Prince songs, there's so much going on, and depending on how many instruments are in a track or how low certain vocals are, particularly when he layers his vocals, it would be awesome to hear some
Oh,
of those layered harmonies
absolutely.
solo. That would be incredible. But even
Then
like with his bass playing, so going back to G spots, because sometimes people say we get off track, and I don't mind getting off track because that's kind of who I am. I go, whenever I see a fork in the road, I pick it up and I go down that road. Okay. Anyway, so with G spot, with the bass playing in particular, it gets lost sometimes. So just being able to hear what's really going on with bass is good. And I'm sure, oh yes, Tanja, I've heard some of
I heard
those.
about those. Dr.
Mar-
Dre was on video doing that on one of his things.
yes, it
You
was
you heard the
incredible.
Janet Jackson control ones?
No, I haven't. I didn't
Matter
realize.
of fact, when I went to Celebration one year, I can't remember which year it was. I can't think of the gentleman's name, but it's somebody I met while I was on the tour, in the studios. And then when I got home, he emailed me the stems from like Nasty and What Have You Done For Me Lately. That one blew my mind. I think it's What Have You Done For Me Lately. There is a track of Jimmy Jam singing the song.
Hmm.
It's so interesting.
Wow.
Yeah,
I would love to see that.
I had to find that. But
Yeah,
anyway, we're going down a purple rabbit hole for real. Like,
I don't mind. I mean, these are the kind of rabbit holes I love. So we could be here like for 2 hours, but we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. But I could. So I love Samantha's comment. It was really cool to hear that part of the kick drum sound at the end of Let's Go Crazy. It was just Prince banging on his microphone on the vocal track. That's the kind of details that you can't really hear unless you have access to the stems. And let's see what Andrea is talking about. I always isolated the tracks in my head. I'm with you. From the very first album, totally different experiences hearing each part. So, Andrea, like one of the things I do when I listen to new music, particularly Prince's music or anyone I absolutely love, like Fishbone, Bilal, anybody like that, I listen to songs multiple times and I concentrate on one instrument. So I'll just listen to the drums. I'll just listen to sometimes like 777 through 11. I just listen to the cymbals, just really focus on that. So that's kind of the way that I listen. I love this jammy Jim. Thank you for that. That was funny. Says, I went to a Jimmy Jam sit-down conference of stems from Control.
wow.
That is amazing.
That's like sitting down with the master teacher and then just explaining like, goodness.
I wish we could have done that with Prince. That would have been really, really awesome. I don't know if he would have done that, but it would have been awesome.
Yeah.
So I love this Budding Anarchist. The first album is so layered. I love the first album For You. It's one I pull out often. I pulled it out last week because when Jelly Bean was here for the Purple Paisley brunch a couple weeks ago, they played I'm Yours. And I realized I had never heard I'm Yours live before. And live, it was like smoking hot. It was incredible. So I had to pull it out again, but I listen to For You a lot. It's one of my top of the tops. Let me see what Love Sexy's saying. After listening to the isolated vocals of MJ and Marvin Gaye, I appreciated those two even more. As far as singers, when I heard the isolated tracks of Let's Go Crazy, I appreciated P Genius even more.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed. What's up, Stone Freak? Thank you so much for being here as always. Yes, Violet, I so agree with this. I'm Yours is the perfect intro to P.
Pause.
And let's see. Samantha says Prince and Josh used to bring us in the studio and play isolated tracks from songs they had just recorded, like the bass track from Ain't About to Stop. Samantha, that is incredible.
Ah.
Yes.
And you're still alive.
Yes, Panic Survivor. Imagine if Prince had performed I Yours. I would have just died on the spot. It's always one of the songs I literally go sometimes. I need to listen to I'm Yours.
Maybe it's in the vault. You never know.
You never know. You never know. All right. So sorry about that. Crazy You. Yes.
We're gonna get here and just talk about the whole person.
Yes, we are. Because it's that good, baby. You know, so okay. So Dr. Cloud, let's see what Dr. Cloud says. I was listening to Prince last night and was reminded of how much I love his multi-layered vocals. Yes, Panic Survivor, me too. I would have passed out.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Yep. All right. So we're gonna do some reading. And Michael Dean, I'm gonna make you read first, unfortunately. And we have a lot of reading but we can break it up. So if there's anything you want to comment on and all of that, please do. Oh my God, Tanja, if Joy covered I'm Yours, that would be incredible. As Oprah says. All right. And let's see. Dr. Claus says I'm Yours. It's one of my favorite prints. Yes, it's definitely one of mine. Yes, Panic Survivor. Imagine the live I'm Yours solos. He would have killed that. Killed that. Okay, speaking of killing solos and all of that, there's a debate going on Twitter about the nude tour that Tariq started, about how folks don't like the nude tour. I didn't even see the nude tour, and it's in my top 5 Prince tours.
I never heard that people don't like it.
Yeah, some people don't like that. I love the new tour. I think it's one of Prince's best tours because it was stripped down, and it was just, for me, it was just focused on the music and the dancing and all of that. And then let's see, Dr. Cloud. I also gained super appreciation for Weekend Funk #1 on the Purple Rain Deluxe.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Just to go back to Tanja, she was talking about Joy.
Mm-hmm.
Joy and old girl from the Bay Area, Guapale.
Yeah, Guapale. Mm-hmm.
Something about both of them that, I don't know, they just got something to be in their music or their presence that's just super special or something. I was just listening to that. It's so weird. I was listening to Guapale last night. I was just like, there's something about just certain entertainers. I just be like, man, dope. I can't even pronounce it. I'm trying to think what I'm saying. There's a certain feeling that both of them have. I just throwing it out there.
Yeah, there's a lot of love for the new tour in the chat, as it should be. And let's see. There's so much. You guys are really coming with the comments today, and I appreciate that. There's so much. So let's see.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep. Yes. Yes, Stone Freak. Joy is a national treasure, and I'm so happy to hear a friend. We love Joy. Joy is the reason why I found out about Betty Davis. Joy covered If I'm in Luck on amoeba cleansing syndrome, and I was like, who's that? And I gotta say, the backing band for amoeba cleansing syndrome was none other than Fishbone, which is one of my favorite bands of all time. And the one time I heard Prince go Stanley Clock on the bass was at the end of I'm Yours. Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yes. Joy is just a vibe. Joy is singular. I don't compare her to anyone. She just has a presence to her. I actually used to live in the same complex that she used to live in when in Atlanta. And I never went up to her just because I was just like, I want to give her space. I don't want to like start, oh my God, do you know how amazing you are? I didn't do all that. I wanted to in my heart of hearts. You got to listen to Fishbone, Byron. So Fishbone is I don't know, ska, rock, soul, funk, all of that. Thank you so much for the time check. 30 minutes in, and we haven't started, but that's okay. Thank you.
Kim, time check.
Yeah. Okay. So we got a time check. So let's get started on our reading. So we're going to start off on page number 1, Michael Dean.
All right, here we go. June. Oh, I'm sorry. We're at 91. Yeah. So June 1983, we were all in acting, dance, and speech classes, wardrobe fittings, and rehearsals for our acting scenes. It was a flurry of activity from morning till night with very little time off. On top of the work we were doing for the film, everyone, the time, Vanity Six, and Prince was in the studio recording our next albums, all to be released at the same time the Purple Rain film would be coming out. That's Brenda Bennett. Prince's 25th birthday on June 7th, the start of the summer, and the new focus on his new project helped create an optimistic mood for most of the performers, with one large exception. The firing of Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis from the time devastated the entire band, and Morris Day's frustration about his lack of control was festering. Morris was pretty upset, explained Jellybean Johnson. He did everything in his power to get the guys back in the band, but Prince wasn't having it. Prince had decided that they weren't going to be in it. Morris showed little interest in the work necessary to make the movie, in both the rehearsal for his band and the prep being done by the actors during the summer. I started going to acting classes and dancing class and all sorts of silly stuff. I got kicked out of the acting class because I kept clowning around, and the guy said I was disrupting it for everybody. I assume that's Morris. According to Jesse Johnson, man, Morris, Morris took it harder than any of us. It was his band, and somebody else was doing the dismissing. Despite having helped create the band, Day was powerless as he watched it all fall apart. With two gone, the remaining members began strapping on their parachutes. About a month or so later, I decided I didn't want to be around because there was too much stuff I didn't want to be around, explained Time keyboardist Monty Moore, who left after attending one rehearsal for the movie. I was not happy about being there at the time. Drummer Jellybean Johnson agreed. I left for a while because I was pissed and I was just disillusioned. I was just really mad and upset at him. How could he do that after we spent 2 years and made him a ton of money? Ungrateful shit. Damn. I feel the spirit coming through me for a second. I knew from the groundwork we had to put out in those 2 years that he stood a chance to make a ton of money. And here it was, we were about to be left out of it. So it just got to me. And after a while, I thought about it, and I hadn't worked a job in about 3 or 4 years. I had quit college to be in this shit. I was having my first child. Jesse said, "Come on, let's do this thing." I needed the money, so I went back. It was one of the hardest things I ever did was to go back and have to put my tail between my legs and reconsider. Damn. My man said he quit his job. Or no, sorry, he never had a job. He hadn't had a job and he quit college to be in the band. Damn. All right. With 3 of the 7 members gone, the positions needed to be filled, and word went out to a variety of musicians in the Minneapolis area. Twin Cities keyboard player Paul Peterson, a member of the very well known Peterson music family, explained how he was told. I had just graduated in June from Holy Angels Academy of the Holy Angels, a private co-ed Catholic school in Richfield, Minnesota. Why do I feel like a Luke Skywalker vibe coming when I'm saying Paul stuff? And still Paul, that's my man. I was just gonna get some power converters. Anyway, I was hanging out with my best friend Bet Ward up at Breezy Point, and I got a phone call from my brother-in-law that says, "Get down here. You have an audition with the time." I'm like, huh? Leave my vacation? So I did. I did exactly that. A tape was sent to help him rehearse, but it didn't arrive until the night before the audition. He recalls, I was nervous. I went and did the best I could based on all the training I got from my family and all the gigs I had done prior to that. I guess it turned out okay. I wish I could remember the exact number of songs I played, but it felt like a million songs. First time I met Prince was at the first callback, my second edition with the time. He wasn't at the first one. I was nervous. He was a big rock star. He walked into the room, and I think we were picking out swatches for the material we were going to use for the suits in the movie. I had picked out a beautiful black pinstripe suit. He said, "No, you've got to stand out." Then he picked out an orange one for me. I said, "I'm not wearing that." And he said, "Yes, you are." All right, I'm going to turn it over.
Okay.
Oh, yes, you are.
All right. Prince also, this is a great hand over.
Yes,
Thank you for this. Prince also played a trick on Peterson that would eventually show up in Under the Cherry Moon. I don't know whether I was the first person, this is Paul Peterson talking, or whatever, but I'll never forget it. He wrote down the words, "Wreck a Stowe." And he asked me to say that out loud. I was scared to death, and I said, "Wreck a store." Wreck a stove. I can't say it. He said, "What is it?" "I don't know." "Say it again." "Wreck a stove." "What is it?" "I don't know." "Where do you buy your records?" "Record store." "Oh, ha, 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 ha." So that was his breaking the ice with me. That was my first encounter with him. Okay, now this is not what I wanted to read, but you handed it off to me. Okay.
Oh, okay, go ahead. Yeah. And Prince was, man, he was on.
Yes, yes. Okay, here we go. I don't understand this, so I'm reading what Duane wrote. Prince also tried to exert his influence when he asked new member Mark Cardenas to wear blackface. Cardenas was shocked, as am I. He looked at Prince and replied, "I'm not going to do blackface." "Nope." I just said, "I'm not going to do that." Luckily for everyone, Prince agreed.
I'm trying to understand, like, would have been the thing. I guess it's funny or something.
Yeah, I think there's some kind of humor. I really wish there was more context for this because I feel like I don't know. I feel like there's some backstory, some humor. Maybe it was a joke. I don't know. It's very, very weird. So we're gonna keep reading because I don't know anything about this. All right, one of the new members. Oh, sorry. Once the new members, Peterson, Cardenas, and Rocky Harris, began rehearsing with the time, Jesse Johnson would oversee many of the rehearsals because they often did not participate. And when he did, he displayed very little interest in the replacements. According to Johnson, Morris used to just come in and say, "Jesse, have him play something." And somebody would play something and he'd say, "Jesse, come here. Go tell them to never play that note again." And I go back there and say, "Morris said, don't ever play that note again in front of Morris." And that's the truth. Morris was very standoffish to the new guys in the band, remembers Cardenas. He occasionally came to rehearsal. Most of my dealings were with Jesse and Jellybean and Jerome. Peterson recalled, "From the minute I got the gig, it was like, okay, well, here it is, and how you act, how you walk, how you talk, what the shtick is," because there was a shtick. We didn't call it shtick, but it was I can't say that ever be a shtick. I'm telling you, it was like you had to have this attitude, man. You could not be the little tiny white kid from Richfield. You needed to be cool. This is Jellybean Johnson talking. Paul, I liked from day one because he was only 18 years old.
Mm.
He was just a kid. He was sweet. The way he didn't know SHIT about grabbing his DICK. We knew we were going to have to teach him all of that stuff, but he looked like he was ready to learn, and he was a Peterson, so he had enormous talent. Last week, Michael Dean said we wanted to be family friendly, so that's the reason why.
Okay.
All right. Despite his acceptance by Jellybean Johnson, Peterson could feel the tension, and he understood why the new members weren't all embraced immediately. This is Peterson. They just lost their brothers. They just lost Jimmy Jam, Terry Lewis, and Monty, and they weren't happy. So we were trying to fill those shoes. Looking back on it now, I can see where their discontent was. I could have been the most talented keyboard player on planet Earth, and they still would have been bummed that their bros were gone. But it was school, and they really, in a short amount of time, gave great direction. Long hours in the studio and or just cussing us out was really what it was. They cussed us out a lot. Laughs in parentheses. I'm sure they did. He must have been Prince's choice, reflected Jellybean Johnson, because Jesse really rode Paul.
Man.
Oh, I feel for St. Paul. Okay. During a conversation, we're almost done. During a conversation with Donnie Simpson, Day revealed how he felt during this period. That's when it started getting strange for me, and it didn't have the same vibe. I knew that was the beginning of the end because I was used to looking back and seeing familiar faces with people like my brothers, and I knew what to expect. When we started to get the new members, it was just too different. The time was falling apart. Prince was still in charge, but as he tightened his grip, the players felt more powerless despite the huge boost that the movie could potentially give the band. This discontent was a reason the time was privately being referred to as part-time, half-time, or time out. That's really painful to read. The outlook didn't look good, according to Cardenas. I got a sense that the time was over.
You know, this whole part, this chapter or whatever part we read, this is and you said it's painful to read. It's just sad because it was such a tight-knit group. They fought through a lot of stuff to get to this point, and then it's like the rug kind of pulled out from underneath their feet, and they're just sort of forced to go along with this plan. And I don't know. I don't know these guys. I wasn't there, but I don't know. Just trying to understand why it just seems so aggressive and um, yeah, it just sucks. Like even just the way the new band members had to come into a very, they would say now, a toxic environment, I suppose. It's unfortunate, and I can only imagine being in the group and it just all of a sudden being totally different. I could see why Monty was like, you know what, my peace of mind is better than this. I'm good. Y'all got it. You know what I'm saying? I'm done. Uh, and I can understand Morris probably just so frustrated, like, what I can't do nothing. Like it seemed like it was really more of like, Morris, you don't have this is my thing. You do what I say. You work here. I'm the owner. And it seemed like it could have been done. Obviously, it could have been handled a very much a different way. But they were young. But this is unfortunate. And then the point where Morris is even almost sort of doing the kind of foolishness of come here and tell him that, and then go over and talk. That's when brothers, their head is just blown up and like, y'all wow, and like, is this what we doing? It's unfortunate. It's sad to see.
Yeah, I really love this comment from Panic Survivor, saying that it's ironic because Ice Cream Castles was a humongous hit in 1984. Meanwhile, the band was no more. They couldn't even enjoy it. So, yeah, so we're going to continue this conversation, and I want to move to the next slide. For those of you who are close to your bookshelves, You might want to grab your copy of On Time, A Prince Life and Funk, Morris Day with David Ritz, because we're going to be doing some reading from none other than Morris E. Day. And every time I pull out this book, the first thing I think of was, why didn't Morris read his own audiobook? That's just me. I'm very sad about that. Okay, so I kind of wanted to get Morris's perspective. And then also, this was written in, I don't have my dates right, 2019. This was published in 2019. So fairly recent. Okay. And we're going to go to page 79. And Michael Dean's going to be Ghost Prince. Oops. So I'm going to.
I will try.
All right. Okay. Then came the day that in Prince lore has lived in infamy. Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis missed a gig. We played New York's Radio City on Monday, March 21st, 1983. Our next date wasn't till Thursday in San Antonio. Jimmy and Terry used that time to fly to Georgia, where without Prince's knowledge, they were producing the SOS band. While they were in the studio, an unexpected snowstorm shut down the Atlanta airport, and Atlanta shuts down even with a sprinkle of snow. That's me talking because I used to live in Atlanta. Jimmy and Terry couldn't get to Texas in time to make our gig. Jerome had to pretend to be playing the bass while Prince behind the curtain was actually plucking the notes. Prince was furious. He called me to the dressing room and said, "Fire Jimmy and Terry." I didn't want to. I refused to fire them. Since childhood, I loved when original members stayed together. I'm with Morris. I love it when bands stay together. Speaking of Fishbone, I was just like, when they started breaking apart, it was devastating to me. So I totally understand. Morris says, broke my heart when Lenny Williams left Tower of Power. Hated it when Lionel Richie split from the Commodores. Couldn't stand it when David Lee Roth ran out of Van Halen. I wanted my band intact. I felt that. I feel that even right now. I wanted my band intact. Wasn't no replacing Jimmy and Terry. They were the best, as they have proven time and time again. As the flight time leaders, they'd given up a lot to get behind the time. Didn't matter that they missed one gig. We weren't paid a fortune for the 1999 tour anyway, and it was understandable that they were looking to earn extra bread as outside producers. I understood. I wanted to do the same. Last thing I wanted to do was fire them.
You read what I told Rolling Stone magazine about that.
I read where you made up some SHIT saying that the decision was mine. It wasn't. You gonna claim that you didn't run the whole show?
Turned out to be the best thing that could have happened to Jam and Lewis.
Sure. But at the time, you didn't know that. You didn't foresee Jimmy and Terry going on to produce Janet Jackson. All you saw was them walking out the door. You were the one who pulled the trigger, not me. I hated that. Hated it because I not only loved Jimmy and Terry, but you were ripping out the very heart of the band and in the process, breaking my heart.
Let's not get melodramatic.
It was big drama. Maybe not for you, but for me. It also made me realize that while I was band leader, the band didn't belong to me. It belonged to you. And though I recognize you as a crazy ass genius, I also saw you putting your feelings above everyone else's. The departure of Jimmy and Terry was a huge blow. At the time, I was probably pissed at myself for not telling you to go back, to go FUCK yourself and quitting your whole operation. I didn't do that because the crazy ass genius part of you was still a lure. I wanted to be associated with that genius. I know I'm talented, but I'm no genius. Even having been around you, your genius for all those years, it's hard to put myself in your head. A genius can be overwhelmed by the creative currency shooting through his brain. That can not only put him on edge, but make him a little nuts. I guess one way the genius copes with dealing with all of that pounding energy is to try to control the world around him. Maybe the genius feels like if he can't control that energy, he'll blow up. Prince, of course, did blow up. In 1983, the only artist who had blown up bigger than him was Michael Jackson on the heels of Thriller. Michael's supersonic success only pushed Prince to come up with what he thought would be an even bigger supersonic success. Firing Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis and breaking up the Times' original lineup was just a blip on his radar. He had a grand scheme in mind, something none of us could ever imagine, something so big, so different, so bold and daring that it changed the game for all of us. So I want to read a little bit of the next page, not all of it. I'm just going to read like the first 3 paragraphs, and they're kind of short. So this is chapter 11, Purple Rain. When Prince fired Jimmy and Terry, I could have walked away. I could have reached out to them and said, F-U-C-K, Prince, stay in the time. It's our band. We've got our own hits. We'll tour without him.
That would have been a cold move.
That would have been a cold move. That would have been really interesting. I didn't do that. Why? First of all, I was getting high. And being high hardly helps clarity. Man. No matter how high I might have been, I knew that trying to walk off with the time would involve a legal entanglement I couldn't afford. By then, Prince had major money. My minor money couldn't afford fancy lawyers. But it was more than my financial inability to walk away from the Prince machine. It was the plain fact that I didn't want to. I was part of Prince's magical enterprise just when the magic was spreading. He was going to make a movie. And not only that, he was making the damn movie in the dead of winter in Minneapolis, which is kind of crazy to think about. Crazy, you bet. But did I want in? Hell yes. Who doesn't want to be in a movie? It's the ultimate showbiz fantasy. All my anger at Prince, all my frustrations at his controlling nature melted away once I heard the word movie. Movies are fun. Movies are seen by millions of fans. And besides, I didn't even have to go to Hollywood to make the movie. Hollywood was coming to Minneapolis. That's how much power Prince exerted. Let me read that one more time because I messed it up. That's how much power Prince exerted. All right, so I'm going to keep it there, and we'll read more at a later date.
I want to make sure we, I don't know if I can show it, but I want to salute Deja. She left a super chat. Can't show it now, but she said, I had seen a comment on a forum about Jimmy and Terry and Prince. Someone made a comment that Prince was the type of person that wants you to do good, but not better than them. I thought that was interesting. Oh, but thank you for the super chat, Deja. I wanted to acknowledge that for sure. Yeah, you know, it's just unfortunate to me. It all works out, I guess. Like, obviously, yeah, the movie is successful, and but I just feel like they were boys first. You know, it's a business, but that's your people's. It could have just been handled different. I always just look at it as a learning moment. And yeah, the business success and all of that was great. But, you know, I don't think you have to. There just could have been handled better. You know what I'm saying? All the way around. I don't think they necessarily needed to be fired. But, you know, it worked out for them either way. Obviously, years later, they all come back and do the damn thing. But I feel like we did miss some great stuff that could have happened or even earlier if they'd have stayed united. I just feel like the unity is stronger than the success. Then whatever you personally got going on, being unified makes all the difference. And I'm glad that other artists looked at this situation, hopefully, and was like, you know, we're going to do a little different. We're going to work together, or we're going to work our thing. Of course, we've always had all these different groups that have had issues, NWA, breaks up and different things. But man, I want us to be unified first. And these brothers, man, they showed us one way. We can learn from that. Then they came back as they got older, and hopefully, things got worked out. But I just always this is the part I don't like in that experience, because they were all super talented. They all came in the game together. They all knew each other. But it is what it is. You get all these outside forces in your head, and there's so much going on. And of course, everyone's still working out their traumas from early childhood and different things they may not have developed interpersonally with different people. It all comes out on display here, for better or worse. But this is an interesting time in a Prince thing. But
Yeah. I mean, and the reason why we're talking about it, because I know there's some comments in the chat saying that I'm tired of talking about this. I don't talk about this often either, but we're reading the book, and that's what's in the book. And also, one of the reasons why we're doing this is for the newbies. And because it's in the timeline of the book, this is what we got to talk about, unless we're not going to read the book. So the whole point of us being here is reading the book. So that's the reason why we're talking about it. So
if you're tired of hearing about it, then this ain't for you.
Yep. Because
how about that? So get out your feelings.
Yeah.
Talking about the career, and there's gonna be things you like or feel like there was too much discussion. Hey, then maybe you want to pull back. But for other people, this might be the first time they're hearing about it. So that's why we're gonna continue to talk about everything. Let's get that out the way. We ain't doing all that. I heard. Then it ain't for you. How about that? You don't even have to say nothing.
And I thought it was really important to read for Morris Day's book, particularly because it's so recent. It was just released in 2019, and I thought that Morris did a really great job. If you read the book in its totality, he's actually he praises Prince all of the time in this book. I mean, even in the little bit I just read, he was praising Prince. And he knows like the impact that Prince, and you have to understand that Prince was his childhood friend. Can you imagine your friend like becoming one of the biggest and musicians ever to be known, and actually wanting to take you on that journey with him?
Right.
I don't know. I think it's pretty fantastic. But I thought it was really great how open that Morris was, because I didn't know about his own personal demons and issues that he was dealing with. I didn't realize that even, during the filming of Purple Rain, that, he, was using substances. I did not know this. I would have never known. So, yeah.
Which is glad in a pre-social media world, you would never know. That's, what I mean? Like, unless cats was out there telling a business. I like that we did. Like, that's dope. We would just focus on what they put out, and we didn't even really know about all the drama. At least I didn't back then. Like,
yeah, I didn't either. And it was about the music. And if anybody knows me, everybody should know I'm all about the music. But the thing is, we're reading Duane's book, and that's what there. And again, if we go back to our wait, hold on one second. Let me go back to our slideshow real quick. For those of you who might have joined us recently, Prince didn't go into the studio this week at all, compared to last week where he was in the studio 3 times. So he didn't record any songs. He wasn't on tour this week. So that's kind of what's reason why we're talking about what we're talking about, because we read pages 91 to 94 in the Prince and the Purple Rain Era Studio Sessions expanded edition. That's the reason why we do this every week, because we're actually going through Duane's book a week at a time. And we're going to continue from this book just to show our commitment, which is going to be 2 years. Then we're going to go to another 2 years if I'm still alive.
Lord.
To read this book.
Oh, man.
This is why we're doing this. And the reason why I personally love this book is because it focuses on the studio sessions. I really love I don't know what he calls it, but the gray boxes. The gray boxes is actually what I look forward to because I want to know. Well, it's going to be less so in the Sign of Times book because the documentation isn't as good in terms of when Prince came into the studio and when he left versus when he recorded at Sunset Sound because they are they had to make their money versus when Prince started recording in Paisley Park or when he was recording at Kiowa Trail where he wasn't beholden to any business or other corporation and he could just record whenever he wanted. But in terms of this book, the expanded edition of the Purple Rain sessions, particularly when he's in Sunset Sound, it's really insane the amount of time that Prince actually just recorded in studios, like, 8, 10, 12, 14-hour days that you can follow in this book. So that's one of the main reasons why I want to read the book, and I love it. So, all right, we're going to transition and talk about, basically, I'm repeating what was repeated last week because Prince didn't do anything in the studio or record new songs or he didn't perform live. So basically by this time in 1983, there's still 52 live shows total, 1 after show total, 30 studio visits total, 23 songs tracked. When you see the asterisks, that means that Duane wasn't sure, like some of the timing may or may not be off. As the years go by, we get more and more information about some of the facts. And then I'm not going to go through the songs, but these are the songs that Prince has recorded so far in 1983 that we know of. And we had, again, an award show and a TV show, Solid Gold. And now we're going to transition. That's the end of our What Did Prince Do This Week part. And we did it in an hour, Michael Dean. Can you believe it? Yes, imagine that. So now we're going to transition into something that's happening next week, something called Celebration in Minneapolis, and also something called Prince's birthday on June 7th, which I am very, very excited about. I am also very, very excited that they moved Celebration from April until June because I always felt that it should be in June to celebrate his birthday. And yes, I know Prince never celebrated his birthday, but guess what? I celebrated his birthday every year because I love birthdays. So I was so excited when they changed it to June. Oh my God, Kim, I didn't realize this was going to be your first celebration. Yay, confetti. This is going to be so awesome.
In for a treat.
Yes, yes, yes. So we're going to get into it now about what's going on next week. And if you don't want to talk about celebration, that's all we're talking about for the rest of the time. So you can depart if you're just here for What Did Prince Do This Week. Okay. All right. So first of all, I want to give a shout out to the New Orleans Prince Birthday Week celebration, the Purple Takeover New Orleans by DJ Soul Sister. I salute to DJ Soul Sister. You can find out more info at djsoulsister.com. You can see there's something that's happening today. There's something that happened yesterday. And I like that DJ Soul Sister did this knowing that some people were probably headed to Celebration. But what I'm super excited about, and if I had more money, I would be trying to get to New Orleans tomorrow because C. Lee is giving a talk called Prince as a Post-Civil Rights Architect in New Orleans. And I haven't been to New Orleans in a while. It's one of my favorite cities in the States. So if you're in New Orleans, please support C. Lee, support DJ Soul Sister. Please support the Purple Takeover New Orleans.
Yeah, yeah. Man, I know they better have some good food with that too. Let me get like a nice plate and then sit down and listen to see. Oh man.
Yes, yes.
That's a nice.
Is anybody going? Curious, is anybody going to the Purple Takeover in New Orleans? We want to know. Yeah, so Alex was there 6 months ago, French Quarter. Yes.
I've actually never been to New Orleans.
You got to go, Michael. It's a magical city. You got to go to Cafe Du Monde to get you some beignets. You got to go to the Red Grill to get you some, I can't remember what they were called, but some kind of little crab claws that you dip in something. It's really, really good. Like anytime I go to New Orleans, I eat at this place called Red Grill every single night. I'd go nowhere else.
Night.
Yes, I love it. Yeah. I hear you, Tanja. I just found out about it recently only because I've never heard about it. I think DJ Soul Sister has been doing it for 5 years now. And I actually reached out to her to see if she could come on today, but she had a conflict. But yeah, this is my first time hearing about it just because Celie told me that he would be speaking there. So we want to support, anyone doing any purple stuff. And it's really great that that's happening in New Orleans. All right. So what's next? Okay. So on Wednesday of next week, on Prince's birthday, we're doing a past, present, and future of Prince studies at the University of Minnesota through the International Center for Prince Studies. So I want to be really clear. This is not my event. This is Kirsty Faircloud's event. She asked me to participate. So I am not an organizer. I am not the convener. I am just a participant. Yes, Dr. Claw. Crawfish. I love me some crawfish.
Okay, now.
Yeah. Hi, Dwight. Thank you so much for your comment. And I don't know what cereal fish is. Okay. I don't know about that. All right. So.
Po' boy sandwich. Listen.
Oh, awesome, Tanja. Tanja's gonna be there. Yes. So it's gonna be 1 to 2:30 p.m. so that you can get ready for all the Wednesday night stuff. So let's talk about some Wednesday night stuff. There's going to be the Tales from the North Side, Stories of the Minneapolis Sound. Oh, never see Alex Shorts like crawfish. Yes. I was like, cereal fish. I don't know what it is. Awesome, Kim. Thank you so much for coming right from the airport. Oh my God. Where is it? Let's see. It's going to be June 7th, 6 p.m. live at the Capri Theater. And it's also, I guess, co-organized by Paisley Five and Dime, because Paisley Five and Dime normally does on Wednesday nights something at Glux or Glix. I never know like the correct pronunciation of that. But instead of doing that, they're going to do this. So if you head to Glux or Glix like we normally do, nobody's going to be there because everybody's going to be live at the Capri Theater.
Okay. Shout out to Five and Dime.
Yeah, yes, of course. And then Rodney Fitzgerald. Rodney's birthday is also June 7th. And so he's doing this 365 Pancakes late night with DJ Linka Paris. At the new Nicolette Diner at the Nicolette Mall. But I think it's sold out. But I guess if you know Rodney, I don't know if you should talk to him. He's on Facebook and everything. So this is what's going on 10:30 p.m. until. So yeah. All right.
Thank you, Alex.
So we're now going to talk about celebration. And we know now the lineup. I'm really looking forward to hearing Chaka Khan. I really wish that she was performing. That would have been like really fantastic to hear her perform at Paisley Park, but I think she's only talking. Thank you, Samantha. Let me know what are the other events. I know I'm gonna miss something. So just put them in the chat and then I will put Put them on the screen. Help me out. That's the reason why we're doing this together. Yes. Yes. Oh, I forgot. Yes. Thank you, Tanja. First Avenue. Tanja, do you know when the First Avenue starts? There's so much stuff that goes on that is really hard to. And then thank you, Samantha. Mambo's Combo is doing a Prince tribute show at Parkway Theater, and Dudley D is DJing a party at First Avenue. What time? What time does it? What time does it start?
And how much?
Yeah.
And there's a lot going on, man. It's
a lot going. It's always a lot going on. Yeah, let us know.
You can get into something. That's the thing.
Yeah, like you don't even have to go to Celebration if you don't want. I mean, some people don't go to Celebration. They just come to Minneapolis.
Mm-hmm.
I hope so, Love Sexy. But I don't know for sure. That reminds me. Oh, I don't even have my things up. Love Sexy. Thank you for being here. So
Sounds of Blackness.
Yep.
That name is so dope, man.
Yeah, it is a really great name.
Sounds of Blackness.
That's actually who I'm looking forward to the most. Be Optimistic is my favorite song. It's one of my favorite songs of all time. I love that song. And also, you know, it's like a Jam and Lewis classic. It's just like, it never ages. It's like an instant yes. Brandy. So Violet is looking forward to Stokely.
Oh, Lord.
I hope I have Stokely. I might have forgotten Stokely. There's so much going on that I might have missed Stokely on this slideshow. So my apologies. I didn't do it on purpose. It's just so much going on. So I can't remember. I put this up. So Samantha says, I think First Avenue is at 8 and the combo show is earlier in the evening, maybe 6:30ish. I don't remember. First Avenue party was only like $20. That's a good price. Thank you so much, Stephanie. I hope you are well. So Tanja's not going to Celebration, but it's hanging out in Minneapolis. So Morris Hayes, who deserves so much respect because he is one of the longest, probably the longest on in Prince's band, acted as musical director. All right. Rodney, are you there?
I'm here.
Awesome. So we can hear you. Thank you for joining us.
What's up, Rodney?
Good afternoon, Brother Dean. Duff, how are you?
I'm good. So I'm going to go back to your flyer. So tell them about your event.
Okay, originally it was going to be at traditionally I always use Perkins that was down in Chanhassen for all the dinosaurs who used to go there back in the day. And that particular place closed and became a brewery. So I started using that place because they refurbished Perkins and use a lot of their old booths and everything for Perkins. I thought it was sentimental. But with my brother Dudley doing First Avenue, I know people were going there first. Since we had it on the same day, I figured let me move closer to Dudley so people can try both of them. So it's not that far from First Avenue. I'm playing until the wee hours as usual, so people can take advantage of both.
Awesome.
Nice.
Thank
you. Happy early birthday.
What's up, brother?
I said happy early birthday to you.
Oh, thank you. 53.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's what's up. And congratulations, man. I didn't tell you that personally, but congratulations.
Yeah. Man. I like me and Duff was like, "Whoo, this is off our shoulders now." We can probably say.
Yeah.
But we're gonna have a good time. It's like I said, it's about fellowship, camaraderie with this family, and this is our opportunity. So we want to present as well as we can. We're in his house once again, and we'll have a good time.
Yes, we are going to have a good time. But you said the the operative words. We are in his house, so we will be behaved and
Absolutely.
respectful and all of that. And thankful and grateful.
Yes.
Say it again. I
But,
didn't hear you.
take your shoes off when you come in the front. And be respectful. Will you be joining us, Mr. Dean?
Unfortunately, I will not. I have my own celebration here at the house with my son's coming to town.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I talked to a mutual buddy, Mr. Just call me, Mr. Fisher, Brent.
Oh, okay.
Tudahl. Yeah.
Oh, what's up, man? Salute to Brent, man.
Yeah.
Good dude.
So,
Yeah, very.
Great guy. So, D'Angelo, you ready? You ready to take stage? Hey, Samantha. They just added another. Casey Rain will be on the panel as well.
Oh, okay.
Awesome. So
they're going to take. Go ahead.
No, I was waiting for. I feel like there are others that will be announced. So I was.
Oh, I'm pretty sure it's just not us.
Yeah.
D'Angelo, how you gonna feel when you walk up on that? You're gonna be walking up on the stage. I assume it's gonna be on the stage at Paisley MF Park. Like, that's heavy. Like, I mean, everything. Really same for you, Rodney. Like, everything you guys have been doing, and then to be able to walk up on there and to represent for us, man, that's some special ish. You know what I'm saying? Like, so we real proud of y'all.
It's really special. I mean, I could just hear. Hopefully, this won't happen, but it probably.
I'll grab you if it's a humbling experience for me to personally, who back in '94 tried to get into Paisley Park, posing as an AT&T tech guy, just to see what Oz looked like. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell it. I mean, I work for AT&T, but I was trying to sell long distance just to see how the sausage was made. They figured out, no, you gotta go. But to go
did you have your uniform?
Oh, I had the hard hat and everything, man. Don't play with me. But to go from that to being up on stage, and I was lucky enough to have, shout out to my club, Prince 365 crew that's in the audience, that we join together every Sunday on Clubhouse. But I was honored to take them to Minnesota 2 years ago and had a symposium with Scotty and all of them and Dave Hampton.
Mm-hmm.
And that was in the MPG room. And that was a humbling experience. So to go from that, and now the main stage, man, I goosebumps now, man. It's like,
sir.
But it's an honor, and it's something we have to take very seriously, and we're going to talk about it, and we're going to present it the way it should be done. Yeah. And we got the Army right in the audience, so I wish and hope that we were able to have questions from the audience. That's the only way we can move forward. If you hear from us, we're going to be straight shooters, but we need someone to stand up and say, this is my opinion, blah, blah, blah. This is what I stand on, X, Y, and Z. I think that can move things forward. So we'll see.
You know, just them doing this, though, and having you guys, that's a big step. You know what I'm saying? Like,
they are listening. They are listening.
Yeah, absolutely.
I just, like I told people before, patience.
Patience is a virtue.
Yeah, and salute to Casey Rain as well. That's
absolutely
wonderful. So yeah, man, y'all just doing the same thing you always do, man. And like I said, we support y'all. We happy. You know what I'm saying? This is good. This is great.
I mean, you should be doing a live feed right from Paisley the same day, man.
Man, we'll get there when we get there, but right now we focused on y'all. We happy. Let's get this, let's get this one locked in, you know what I'm saying? And that'll open the door for other stuff. But yeah, man, that's cool.
Yeah, I mean, I can't go wrong with D'Angelo on the side of me. I mean, just based on autopilot at that point.
I don't know. It's just like I might have the same experience when I met Prince, where I went catatonic and I couldn't say not one word. But I won't. I will show up for Prince. But what's really moving for me is that he really left Paisley Park for us.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm just thinking back of the days of the early celebrations in 2000 where we were his house guests. And he would walk around literally in the soundstage and be like, Michael, is everything good? You good? Okay. And no one would bother him. And people were just there for the music and the experience. It was like my Palooza, basically. Those three will never, ever happen again in my lifetime.
Wow.
Yep.
To walk in the bathroom and it's like George Clinton and Nova Brown. I'm calling my brother like, yo. He's like, why are you calling me 3 in the morning? Yo, you would never believe this. It was just crazy. But hey, give them patience.
Yep. And time.
Yeah. No, this is great, man. We happy. I can't wait to hear what's going on. And y'all gonna, and we haven't talked about it yet, but I think, you're gonna show video footage and different stuff. Y'all get the experience. Yeah, we're gonna be waiting to hear about all that. So take your notes.
Take notes.
Soak it in too. That's what I really want both of y'all. Soak that in, that moment. You know what I'm saying? Like, ooh, this is beautiful.
We gotta get you on Clubhouse, man. You and D.
For sure.
Yeah. We gotta chop it up.
Yep. All
right. So I'm going to go through some more of these flyers and stuff that I have that you have to understand, everybody, I am exhausted, and I do these weekly events, these weekly book clubs out of my love for Prince. So I missed a flyer or 3. My apologies, but I did the best that I could with the time that I had. So we just stopped talking about Shaka and Sounds of Blackness, which again, and then we had started to talk about Morris Hayes and obviously Shelby J, who is a very awesome performer. She has a lot of energy. So excited. Michael Dean's going to hold it down. Actually, Michael Dean and Celie are holding down What Did Prince Do This Week next week.
We'll be here.
Yep. So same bat time, same bat channel. I just won't be here, but Michael Dean and Celie, you will be in good company.
You're gonna hold it up.
You gotta hold it up and make it like just shine so bright that you guys are gonna have such a great time. I wish I would be here with Celie.
Yeah, actually, next it's gonna be church.
Yeah.
Let me let you know right now. I'm gonna have my organ music ready because we have a revival up in here, boy. We gonna have revival.
Yeah. So I wanted Michael Dean to have some good company, and luckily Celie agreed. So there's going to be Dougie Fresh. We're going to have Chuck D.
This is it right here.
Yeah. I love this photo of Chuck D. It is almost, and I put it together like this on purpose, like Chuck D looking at Dougie Fresh, because I just, 2 legends. Being able to chop it up is incredible.
Dougie's gripping the mic. That's to be missed. That's an MC right there. His picture got the mic in it.
Yeah.
They call him the greatest entertainer for a reason.
This is when I will fan out at this juncture.
Yeah. So the photo, as soon as someone put Stokely, Violet, when you put Stokely in the chat, I was like, oh my God, I downloaded Stokely, but I forgot to put it in the slideshow. I'll add it after the fact, but I can't do it right now because I don't want to stop the stream. So my apologies, Stokely. It's just that I have a lot of flyers that I was trying to download, and I knew I was going to forget somebody. So the DJs are DJ D Nice, which I'm excited about. If I can stay up, I don't know.
Come on, D.
I'm old.
We're getting a little seasoned now. We all out in the streets all at night nowadays is hard, man.
It's hard.
I said, D, come by the pancake party. She's like, that's too late.
Because I know you guys are probably, you're going to go till the sun comes up, probably.
Hey. That's what you do. You sleep when you get home.
Okay, let me get. I'm gonna solo myself. So I come from a family where my grandfather was a truck driver. In our house, sleep was paramount. So my grandfather would come in, he would sleep all times of day. So I came up in a household because my grandparents raised me until I was 8, that I could sleep how many hours I wanted, wake up whenever I wanted, because sleep was number one. So I'm a sleeper. I get it from my grandparents, and I can't break that chain at 52 because I'm going to be following you in November for 53. Right?
Happy pre.
When is your birthday in November?
November 23rd.
Okay.
Sometimes it falls on. And actually, speaking of my grandfather's birthday is November 24th. So we used to spend it together when he was alive. So
November 9th.
November 9th. Okay. Yeah.
27.
Say it again.
27 again, Dean.
Yeah, I'll be 53, I think.
So we're all joining the 53.
Yeah, we are in the same boat.
Yep. Thank you, Tanja, for allowing me to get my rest.
I know, coming from Tanya,
Some people believe in sleep. Thank you. All right.
You only live once. Go out there and enjoy best you can.
Yeah, I do want to enjoy. I mean, most times, with almost okay. I'm gonna go back to last week when Zach was here, because I know Zach is an introvert, and I don't know if Zach knows this, but he should know this. I'm an introvert too. So it actually takes a lot of energy out of me when I actually interact with a lot of people. So I can pretend to be an extrovert, and I do it all the time for work. And also when I'm doing the symposia and when I have to do public speaking, but I am not an extrovert. I'm an introvert. And it really takes, if you're only an introvert knows how much it takes for you, how much like physically and mentally it takes to quote unquote be on for the public. So I don't do this because this is what I love to do. It's because I love Prince. He's been there for me my entire life, and I'm going to continue to be there for him. So I do this out of love and commitment to Prince's music, Prince's name, Prince's legacy. Make sure that the youngins, particularly at NYU, are exposed to Prince, because it's really painful when you ask a student, like, do you know who Prince is? And they go, no. Or have you seen Purple Rain? They go, no. When Jerome came to NYU, and I had a African-American grad student, and I was like, this is Jerome Benton. And he was like, and he didn't say who, but he didn't know who Jerome Benton was. And I was like, oh my God, like I got to do better. So I have Prince in my offices. So I talk about Prince in all my classes. So it's really important to keep Prince's name on the lips of the children. As I say, yes, you have to recharge. Or yes, D, or when they say Prince of where. Yep. Mm-hmm. And exactly. And us introverts need time to ourselves to recharge. Yes.
Well, I think the other thing too, there's the list of events, even for just on a celebration angle. I mean, you guys are almost like sun up to sundown, or, you guys, there's a lot to do. So yeah, I can understand like you want to, rest and whatnot, but everybody there is there for the same reason for the most part. So
yeah.
Like the vibe of it and the energy of it is just love. So everyone's in good hands. Everybody got each other's backs for them.
Oh, no, most definitely. It's just that, Rodney, just so you know, like even when I was 17 or 18, I couldn't stay up all night. So
it's all good.
I've never been that person. I wish I could, but I've just never been that person.
Now, Rodney, is this one of them pajama jammies y'all be doing? Or
come on, man. Now that was laughing. This is just another pancake. My pancake thing is consistent.
Oh,
I almost killed myself last year doing 3 parties. I'll never do that again.
damn.
But 52, I was like, yeah, I realized I'm not 27. But it's just the reason why all these events pop up is we were used to the old days where you wanted to do something after Paisley, so thus these things brought up. So my thing was, I love the tangible conversations between people and friendships that are forged at Paisley, because these friendships last a lifetime. A lot of my friends in the Purple Army I've known for 20 plus years because we had tangible relationships. And that's what I was trying to get back to. Like Deanna was talking about earlier about the younger people not knowing. I was that proverbial old man on the lawn saying, get off my lawn. But I'm learning to say, listen, this window is closing. Like that movie, was it Superfly, the new one, when he was like, "You look like Morris Day," and he was like, "Who the hell is Morris Day?" We're at that juncture, and we need to. If we don't pull back, that window's going to close. So I don't want to get too deep on the soapbox, but
no, you're good. You're speaking on something that needs to be said. I was going to add to that. I think too, this is an important moment when y'all are out there. Again, y'all out there to experience.
Right,
so everyone is already a fan out there. But one thing I'm gonna just, if I can say one thing for everybody to think about doing when you're out there, introduce yourself.
Absolutely.
Other people while you out there, no matter race, the age, whatever. Y'all out there for the same reason. So as much as some of us are introverts and don't like to talk, introduce yourself to somebody. Say, hey, how you doing? Oh, okay. Because again, it's like all we related in this purple sort of family, army, whatever it is. So let's not let this opportunity miss us where we don't introduce ourselves to other people. It might be a little hard for some people, but if you see somebody there, they there for Prince, just say, hey, how you doing? You having a good time? I'm telling you, man, this is how we get tighter. So introduce yourself to people out there, man.
I mean, I hear you. It's going to be really hard for me. Like if I wasn't doing these events for Prince, I probably wouldn't. So in college, you know how the college lunchrooms are, like there are a lot of groups, there are a lot of people. I always sat by myself. And when I say I'm an introvert, I really mean I am an introvert. And it is no joke about, I'm not trying to be mean. If someone comes up to me, I will talk to them. And when I do events, I try to be a gracious host, but you can ask my husband, when I come home, I collapse. I mean, if it physically takes a lot out of me because it's not who I am. And I am an introvert, but I am a Southerner, and we believe in recognizing people. Now, I'm not going to dismiss you, but I can't go around and pretend.
You're not gonna have 15-minute conversations.
Yeah,
that's tough. And I'm not even really speaking to people like you, right? Even myself. That's a whole different thing. But I'm just talking about everybody that ain't got no platform. It's just we here to enjoy some. You see these people. Hey, you good? Okay, man, nice. Where you from? Oh, coming from da-da-da-da. Cool. See you at the next one. You be safe. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Just quick, you know what I mean? That's what we gotta get tighter, because y'all not gonna be online. Y'all gonna be face to face. So let's not be, you know what I mean? So let's take advantage of the community. Yeah, when you see D'Angelo or Rodney, there's probably gonna be people trying to get in it, that's a whole other thing. But I'm talking about for just our regular folks, when we see each other. Oh man, good. I see you on Facebook. All right, salute. You be good. You know what I'm saying? Keep it pushing. But just keep that camaraderie going. So we don't have to have no issues about the older people this or the younger. Man, we all coming to the same cookout. Get up. This is the same thing when you go to the cookout and they be like, man, go on and get a plate. Stop playing. Come on and get you a plate. You good. All right. I see. Yeah. Oh, such and such. What's your name again? Oh, okay. See you. And you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to be like buddy. I'm just saying, like, this is an opportunity where we all say you want to be family and connected. We'll do that. And if it's not your normal get down, push yourself a little, get out of your feelings. Ain't nobody gonna hurt you. Hey, how you doing? Peace.
Put that in potato salad. But
yeah, pass the salad.
not to take up too much of time, but when I first met D'Angelo at your thing at People's Organic thing, let's go back.
Oh yeah.
You was with your mother or your aunts?
Yep, my mom and my aunt.
Right.
Yep.
And we got there and we introduced each other and we got in our little nerd circle and started talking about Prince. But she was gracious. I wouldn't even known if she was an introvert. But she conversation. Me, I'm the pendulum swinging the other way. I'm the ultimate extrovert. There's not a sunlight spotlight. And I work in television, so it all falls into, But my daughter is the exact opposite. She's an introvert, so it's cool. And if you're an introvert, put a sticker on your shirt that says "Hello, my name is." That cuts half of it out. So it's a big family reunion. I come here it's like a mecca every year. This is family.
Exactly.
Never had any issues, and we're all here for one man. Period. 7 years going strong. After this transition, and it's like yesterday. So let's make this 15, 20, pass it on to the kids. Have your grandchildren come. Like Pops used to come to this, Grandpops used to come to this. And let's keep going. So you're absolutely correct, Dean. You're absolutely correct.
Yeah, we could, words are powerful and they do mean it, but we can be all the introverts and all that. But you know what we can be first? Just say what you are. We family. So when you got family, I understand you this and that and the other third, but I got you. So I'm family first. And I'm also all these other things. But I'm gonna speak on it and say we family first. You did? I'm done. I'm shutting up. Turn my mic off.
You preaching.
I do want to point out Brian's comment because I actually experienced this a lot. So introversion, I'm an introvert. That if you didn't know today, you found out. And social awkwardness can be debilitating. It can be, and can be seen as being aloof and rude. And an introvert is not trying to be rude or aloof. We sometimes are terrified or stressed out or nervous. It's not easy to socialize if you're a certain kind of introvert. So just be aware of that.
Lo and behold, that's me extremely. But I feel comfortable.
That's interesting. Never knew that.
Very interesting. Some people who really know me know this, but you wouldn't think that, but I'd be sweating.
Yeah.
Took me a while to get comfortable enough to, you know what, these people are cool. What am I tripping?
Yeah. And JD Washington says, so many fams that I have only met on Facebook have treated me like family when I meet them in person at the celebration. Celebration, I've never had a negative event happen at celebration. It's always been very positive. Thank you so much, Zakia. I was born in the early 80s and learned a lot from these about Prince and makes me dig to learn more. Thank you. That's what we want. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much for that feedback. Thank you, Olga. I'm Southern. I believe in hospitality. Southern hospitality. That's how I grew up. I grew up, in the South, down South. You speak to everybody, folks you don't know. You keep your hand out the car window, just saying hi to everybody on the porch. When I came up north, I did that walking down the sidewalk and people thought I was smoking crack or I was crazy. So I stopped saying hello to everybody because that's not the culture up here, up north. And then also, I think I have PTSD from this event that happened in my life when I went to my first day of high school. I remember I walked in the high school and I said hello to this guy who went to elementary school, and he looked at me and he was like, "I don't know you." When we had been talking like and I think even though that happened in high school, I think that really marked me because I am an introvert, and so that also is a bit of an anxiety of trying to. Sometimes you try to talk to people, they don't want to be talked to and all that kind of stuff like that. So to make a long story short, if you want to talk to me, I won't bite. I'm not going to throw anything at you. Please come and say hello. But I may not be saying hello to everybody, not because I don't want to. It's just that's just who I am. I'm more of a don't like being in the spotlight. even though I do this for Prince. So, yep. And JD says, agree, the celebration has always been a great experience, and we can be a demanding group.
Amen.
We can be. Yes, and Alex is a people person. All right, so let's look at some more flyers. We got, so we talked about DJ D-Nice. I know that D-Nice is one of the premier DJs. He got a lot of people through COVID. So you really shouldn't miss D-Nice. I hope that I won't miss it, but who knows?
My name is D-Nice.
Huh?
What was this? My name is D-Nice. Taking out your suckers and you don't know how I did. That's how I know D-Nice. He was a rapper. Boogie Down Productions.
BDP.
Yeah, that's the D-Nice I know.
All right. And then we also have DJ Rashida. Love this photo. I love the blue vinyl. I'm really looking forward to DJ Rashida's set. And yes, let's do it, Kim. Can we get a roll call for celebration? So, okay, tell me if you're coming to Minneapolis and not going to celebration. Just type in the chat MPLS or Minneapolis. That means that you're just coming to Minneapolis for all the other events, or type in celebration if you're coming to Minneapolis for celebration specifically. So let's see what we got. Tell us. So Nick Felden says, I wish I could go to celebration. Tanja's just coming to MPLS.
Okay.
Andrea, celebration. Tanya D. Harris, celebration. Vanessa, celebration. Vanessa, are you diamond or pearl? Andrea, are you diamond or pearl? I guess we should do celebration. Pearl. Let's see. Alex, shorts plus.
Okay.
Minneapolis.
Minneapolis. We didn't have that Janet Jackson one.
Diamond. Oh no, I'm pearl. Andrea, what are you? Okay. So while we're doing the roll call, look at Andrea, Diamond VIP. You're going to have to fill me in on all the VIP action. And Tanya is Diamond.
Okay.
Love Sexy.
Love Sexy.
I already live here, but not going to celebration this year. But are you doing any of the other celebration-related events? Let's see. And Samantha says, I live here, but this is the first time I've been interested in going to Paisley. I'll be on the VIP Pearl track. I've gone only in the past, post P, when I was gifted tickets to stuff. All right. Taking notes. Thank you, Andrea. Please take notes for us, because I want to hear it. All right. So in addition, this is Rodney and myself, and then also Casey Rain. I don't have this flyer. My apologies. Let's see. Olga, unfortunately, no. Going to see Janet Minneapolis Jackson concert. And Love Sexy is going to First Avenue.
Oh, here we go. I don't know if you can see that.
Oh, hold on. Let me make you.
I don't know if it'll come out right.
It's not coming out. Go back.
Oh, you know I got to take this off. Did that work?
No.
Well, that was Casey Rain and Camila, excuse me.
Let's see. Where should it go? So does it the VIP tour Paisley, how are those? I usually, whenever I do a tour, I always do VIP. I think it's because you can take a picture you know, in the studio, and at different times you can do different things. Like one time I held one of Prince's guitars. Another time I was able to sit behind the purple piano before you can do that anymore and all that. So yeah. And the Stills on Sunday too. Yes. The Stills, that's the VIP in terms of celebration. And Jared Dancer says, I will live vicariously through you all. I have to work every year during celebration. Looking forward to hearing all about it. I understand work is important. And let's see. So one of the things that I love that they did this year for the first time is actually have single day tickets. I always thought that they should do that, and they finally did that. So they are listening, and I think this is a wonderful opportunity to come one day if there's one day you want to come. And we've already did this. I had this, but Kim jump-started it. And they have released the diamond ticket holders, basically the itinerary for diamond and pearl. And unlike last year, where everybody was essentially on the same track, unless you were a VIP, but still all of the experiences were, except for the VIP experiences, were communal, meaning there were no tracks. This year, they went back to the tracks, and they're kind of alternate. So if you look at Thursday, Friday compared to the Pearl one, the times and things are different, with the exception of the VIP stuff. So all the VIP people, I think, are, no matter if you're Diamond or Pearl, I think are aligned. Let me make sure I'm reading this correct. Yeah, they are aligned. And so the VIPers are going to be doing their welcome VIP footage, VIP listening session, and VIP meal. I mean, obviously, Andrea, since you're going, I'm most interested in what they're going to show for the VIP footage and what you guys are going to listen to for the listening session. And then there's going to be an all-guest celebration, a launch party at the W Hotel from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. And that's for everybody. And then there's a VIP interview with Andy Beach. I don't know who Andy Beach is. I should know who Andy Beach is, obviously, since this is a VIP interview, but does anyone know who Andy Beach is?
Yeah, I'm not familiar either.
That's why we're here collectively as a book club, because somebody knows who Andy Beach is.
Somebody got to know something.
Yeah, somebody got to know. And then on Friday, it's essentially when celebration begins.
He made the cloud guitar.
Thank you, Violet. Yes. Andy Beach made the cloud. So I'm assuming there's going to be one cloud or more clouds in that interview. I could be wrong. That's funny. Violet came through. Violet to the rescue.
Violet.
And so the one thing that I miss about the celebrations post-Prince, pre-COVID, is that they were 4 days total at Paisley Park, meaning Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Now they are essentially 3 days unless you're a VIP. Then you get your 4-day experience. So I do miss that. But the one thing that I love is that they still have, oh my God, I'm just now seeing this though. They still have the exclusive Prince concert footage. To be honest, is the number one thing I always want to see.
Mm-hmm.
And it used to be an hour, but now I see it's only 30 minutes. I'm a little bummed about that because they used to cut concerts in half, which used to pain me to no end. I've already talked a gazillion times, but I'm going to say it one more time. When they cut it in the middle of Electric Man on a nude tour, I was so unhappy. It's like, cut it after Electric Man or before Electric Man, but not in the middle of Electric Man. So I was really upset about that. Okay, that's my rant.
Get that off.
I will never forget that. And I remember I had met, okay, speaking of which, I went out of my shell. I said hello to the guy who was sitting next to me. And I remember his name, Earl. Me and Earl looked at each other and we were like, no, they didn't. They cut. And we said Electric Man. So, okay, I still feel some kind of way about that if you haven't noticed.
Electric Man.
Yes.
Plug in your socket, girl.
Yes.
Margin like nobody can. Man.
That's my favorite part of the entire new tour. Is it like, okay, all right. So I'm just now seeing that this, let me see what's going on. Well, first of all, I am Pearl. So let's see. Oh, it's 30 minutes. And then the next day it's 40 minutes. Okay. That's a little better, but I want an hour. But I guess you have to have 10 minutes to transition between everything. So I understand that. So I wish that Friday was also 50 minutes. Okay. Well, I'm glad we're doing this now because I haven't had an opportunity to really look at this. That's why we're doing it right now. All right. So on Friday for the Pearl people, because I'm Pearl, it's going to get started at 4:30. Doors open at 4. And for the Diamond people, excuse me, doors are gonna open at 8:30 a.m.
Oh,
So I'm glad I selected Pearl. But then let's see, gonna see what's happening. Oh, that's not too bad. On Saturday, the doors open at 9:30 and the exclusive Prince footage opens at 10. So the fan panel that Rodney, Casey, and I and others will be on for the Pearl people happens at noon for 50 minutes. And then for the Diamond people, it is going to happen at 7 p.m. for 50 minutes. So,
man, you're going to be working and
yes.
Working like a job. Working like a job.
Yeah, that's a lot. Oh,
Yeah, we're going to be working it like a job for sure.
Is there I didn't see, it's like VIP meal. I was going to say, was there a break for food? But yeah, I do see that in there.
Yeah, just for the VIPs. Everybody else, I think, will have to go probably get food somewhere else. I don't know if they're doing the food trucks like they did last year. That was a nice truck. I personally like the food trucks. Some people complained about the food trucks, but I really liked it.
Maybe I should come and get that barbecue grill outside across the street.
make that money. Make that money.
Man, get them Paisley pork sandwiches.
Yes.
They call the police on my ass so quick. That's why we ain't have him up here. Damn fool.
A winky dinky dog.
Yeah, a winky dinky dog. Across the street, working like a job hot dog. That'd be a cold move. Right?
All right. So I apologize. I keep like going back and forth. Okay, Violet has given us some more information. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. Also did the cymbal guitars. He's a luthier and was commissioned to build several cloud guitars for Pete in the 90s. Thank you so much.
Nice.
And all right. So Friday, there's going to be, again, opening with the Prince concert footage. I'm glad that they are still doing that. And then they're going to have, for the Pearl people, celebrity hip-hop panel, Shaka Khan panel. That's the reason why I don't think she's performing, just because it says panel, but I could be wrong. I would love for her to perform. And then there's going to be a general break, concessions, outdoor testimonials, /bus.
I wonder what that is.
Yeah. And then VIP recording session, VIP dinner. And then new artist showcase and Shelby J concert. This is for the Pearl people. The Diamond people are going to get their Shelby concert at 9:40 in the morning. And Vanessa says that it's weird that they have Shelby performing in the morning. I've never gone to a concert in the morning. I think it might be awesome, actually, to have a concert in the morning. You really jumpstart your day. I like to jumpstart my day with music. So the live music, you're going to be on fire like Mariah. All right. So then you're going to have your Georgia break concessions, outdoor testimonials bus. Okay. And then your celebrity hip hop panel will close the Diamond Day on Friday. And then you're going to have the Purple Sexy Party with D-Nice from 11 p.m. to 2 a.m. And there's 2 a.m.
Angela, 2 a.m.
Oh my God. Yes. And the thing is, Rodney, is that they say that there's only a 2 a.m. shuttle. I'm one of those people, like, if they had like shuttles, I would go for maybe 30 minutes to an hour and I'll hop on the shuttle and I'd be done. So I'm going to have to think really hard about this if I have to wait until 2 a.m. for a shuttle. I have to be committed. I
It's a
will bring
family. We'll get you there. It's
yeah.
family. We'll get you there.
If they serve some coffee, but they ain't gonna be serving coffee. I know they won't. And then let's see, Saturday for the Diamonds, we're gonna start off with Prince again at 5 p.m. Then the fan panel, we already talked about that. Then VIP dinner, GA break. Then Rosie Gaines Legacy Award tribute from 7:55 to 8:05. So that's 20 minutes. And then there is a 7 panel. I would love to know who will be on the 7 panel from 8:10 until 9. And then there's the Sound of Blackness and Stokely concert. So the way that this is written, I wonder if they're going to be two separate or if Stokely is going to be joining the Sounds of Blackness. We will see. And then Club 3121 honoring Prince and Tina Turner. I'm so happy they're doing that with DJ Rashida again from 11 to 2 a.m. 2 a.m. shuttle service. And then Sunday is really for the VIPs. You get a gospel brunch from 11 to 1. And then the Diamond, I think Diamond and Pearl GAs get the museum experience from 11 to 5. Make sure, yes, both the Pearl and Diamond folks get GA people will be 11 to 5 with outdoor social and testimonials. So yeah, I'm very excited to see that they're honoring Tina Turner, and that I'm curious to know who's going to be on the 7 panel. So,
Funny.
I thank you, Samantha. I appreciate you. I would, if I live nearby, I would too. All right. Oh, this is good to know, Andrea, that there was an earlier shuttle last year for those who didn't stay for the whole after party. I hope that's the case. We will see. This is in Minneapolis. So Paisley Park is Minneapolis. Paisley Park is Prince's 65,000 square feet recording studio, rehearsal space, and became his home, at some point. And then it is now a museum that's open to us, but the celebrations actually started while Prince was alive, and they started them back up. I don't think there's any parking, Kim. So that's another thing, like the VIP ticket. So when my mom and my aunt came that year, which I think was it 2018, Michael Dean, that you did your People's Organic? Do you remember?
So yeah.
So they came for 2018, and I got VIP that year because you could actually drive in the parking lot. And my mom, about 6 or 7 years ago, fell and fractured both of her femurs. And she has like rods in both her legs, so she doesn't get around like she used to. So it was really important and really awesome to have the ability to drive right up into Paisley Park's parking lot, but that's no longer the case. So I know that a lot of people park at the park, not to be confused with Paisley Park, but there's a park across from Paisley Park that a lot of people park at. All right. Thank you, Samantha. I appreciate that. I just want to know, I can keep a secret. Now, one thing that I really loved is the Paisley Park Twitter channel has been, keeping us abreast of all things celebration. And I really love these graphics that they had. And the one that I love the most was 7, a positive attitude celebration only happens once a year. Make sure you have the best time with Prince fam by bringing a positive attitude. And like I said, I've experienced nothing but positivity at celebration since they've been doing it post Prince. And Rodney, I know you went to the celebrations when Prince was here, but I told Michael in another session, I never went to Minneapolis when Prince was alive because I knew that I wouldn't come back. So that was like I didn't go. I had friends who went to the celebrations when Prince was alive, but I was like, I'm not doing that because I know I'm not coming back and I can't do that. So I never experienced, quote unquote, a real celebration. But going back to the stuff that they recommend that you bring is a refillable water bottle. And it says there are water fountains available on site so you can keep the party going. Staying hydrated is crucial. Portable fan. Minnesota may be known for our cold winters, but in the summer, things heat up. Make sure to prepare by bringing a portable fan to stay cool throughout all the festivities. Or your Queen Esther fan if you have one. And then, yes. And yes, Uber time. Yeah, Ubering can get very expensive going back and forth between Chanhassen and downtown Minneapolis, but you do what you have to do, or you rent a car, but that's even more expensive sometimes, depending.
There used to be was the young lady? It wasn't. I think it was Uber. She was doing her own thing, but I know she was like specifically driving people around doing the Prince thing. I wish I still had her information. I don't know if you can look that up somewhere, but there might be some people that's, they do car services. I guess what I'm saying. I would look into that too, because I had used that. Sister girl too. She was driving. She was getting her bread. I'm saying, and it was cool. Took you right to where you needed to go. Yeah. So it's all kind of stuff out there.
Yep. And let's see, they got party outfit and dancing shoes.
And no-dos for D'Angelo.
So I never took no-dos. So when I was in college, Vivarin, I don't know if anybody remembers Vivarin. Vivarin was the thing. There was no Red Bull back when I was in college. I went to college from 88 until 96. I went 8 years straight. And people used to take all the no-dos, Vivarin. I never took any of that. That's not who I am. I don't even take an aspirin unless I'm about to die. So I try not to when I can, but if I have to, I will. All right. So I thought this was fantastic, having 3 different places for your credential pickup. I think this is something new. I think in the past it's only been 1 pickup place. Someone please correct me if I'm wrong, because I could be wrong.
It's normally Bloomington.
What's that?
Normally it will be Bloomington.
Yeah, normally it would be Bloomington. Yeah.
You have to catch them when you can. Yeah.
Yeah. So they have an early bird pickup Wednesday, June 7th from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. at Bloomington. Then there's a Paisley Park pickup June 8th through Sunday, June 11th. So basically during celebration, you can pick it up. And then the W launch party, which is happening at the W Minneapolis, the Fauché, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, Thursday, June 8th, 7 to 12.
The Fauché.
The Fauché. Yeah.
W Hotels, a fly little spot. Don't they have like that? I don't know if it's a rooftop or it's like the bars upstairs. You can go out.
The only time I went to the W is one of the celebrations. Didn't Ingrid perform there? Was it at the W?
No, that was a different place.
That was a different place.
That was cool.
That was a restaurant downtown.
It was like on the roof.
Oh, you talking about the roof? Yeah, that wasn't a W. That was another. I know it was at like Sunset. The sun was just going down. I can't remember the name of the hotel.
Also, y'all bring your hand sanitizers and have your masks on point just in case you need it. You know what I'm saying? Like, keeping your stuff together.
So Celie is driving to New Orleans, and he says, y'all are keeping me from being bored on my drive, so no dose needed.
Oh, that's right. Don't be skirting through the streets. I know how y'all Southern boys like to ride now. I'm just messing with you.
I hope you're getting gas, Celie, or somebody's driving you, because you shouldn't be texting and driving. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So
He's exposing himself.
Yeah, maybe I should put your okay, never mind. All right. So another thing that the Paisley Park Twitter feed has offered us, which I really appreciated, was other things that you can do while you're in Minneapolis. So it sounds like several of you are already going to First Avenue for the party on Wednesday. And if you haven't been, you should definitely go to First Avenue. And they used to give tours. I don't know if they still do. There we go. Tanja knows. I knew somebody would know. The Hewing Hotel. And it's the Hewing Hotel where
I went with Tanja. And Troy. My man Troy.
Yep. I don't know anything, Nick, about any upcoming info about any special editions of any albums that I don't know. Nothing's been said. All right. So going back, I thought I was showing this, but I wasn't. So First Avenue, Electric Fetus. Whenever I go to Minneapolis, not lately, but the first few times that I did go to Minneapolis, I would always check into the hotel, put my bags in a room, and get on over to Electric Fetus. That was almost always my first stop because I am a record collector and I love record stores. It's a place where I feel calm. It's my happy place. So Electric Fetus.
Nice.
Happy Saturday, Purple World. I love Lunch with Prince. Thank you for stopping by. Yeah,
what a name. What a name. I like it.
And then, yes, the Schmidt music mural. Does anyone know what the status is? At one point, they were talking about knocking this down. I hope that they don't. Was there any resolution about yay or nay? You gotta go by the Schmidt music mural if you haven't and take your picture. I did that the first time that I went, and it was super special. And I love that they give these little tidbits, famously known for the 1977 Robert Whitman photographs of Prince. Oh, hi, Anil. It's so great to see you. Thank you for being here. This is really good news that the mural is supposed to be safe, at least for now. I was hoping that would be the case.
Oh, cool.
Thank you for this, Tanja. Also, y'all visit Minnesota African American Heritage Museum if you can. It's small, but you can learn. And Samantha said, I think they were planning to just build in parking lots so the mural would be covered, but I'm not 100% sure. A lot about Minneapolis. Thank you again, Anil.
What's up, Anil?
Bunkers. If you haven't been to Bunkers, especially to see the Mambo, Mambo combo, Dr. Mambo's combo, I would definitely do that. I went to go see the one and only Jesse Johnson two nights in a row at Bunkers when he had that that sparkly silver guitar and his hair was like all curled up and he looked fantastic. He played one guitar solo that I was just like, oh my God, I'm in heaven. I could die. It was so incredible seeing Jesse perform. It was really, really. So that's my Bunkers memory. Yes, JD. JD was there. So Jesse was incredible.
Awesome.
Incredible.
Bunkers is a nice. I like going to Bunkers. Like every time I went there,
Bunkers is cozy.
Yeah,
it's nice and cozy.
You dance. They got music. So
hamburgers and potato chips. That's it.
Yep. Nice spot. So if you haven't been to Bunkers, definitely go to Bunkers. And then I actually haven't been to the Arboretum. Everyone tells me how beautiful it is. Maybe this time I need to go to the Arboretum because I've been super stressed lately and maybe it'll calm me down. So it's known for its beautiful display gardens, nationally recognized tree collections, protected natural areas, and the Arboretum was one of Prince's favorite spaces to visit and take photos. So there's a photo up there of Prince at the Arboretum, which is really nice. How many folks in the chat have gone to the Arboretum and should we go? Do you recommend it? Everyone I say, yes, Samantha, you said you should go. It's an amazing place. I think I will this time. And Love Sexy says, I live by lake. I can't, what is that? I can't, Makaska, formerly known as Lake Calhoun. Not sure if they are doing anything Prince related that week at the lake, but if you are in the city, that is a nice area. Thank you so much, Love Sexy. And then Lake Minnetonka. So I went to a lake. Okay, that's good to know, Kim. If you want to go to the Arboretum, we should link up so we can go to the Arboretum together. And Tanja's been, yes, it's beautiful. So we're getting a lot of thumbs up about the Arboretum. And then I went to a lake in Minneapolis, and I don't know if I went to Lake Minnetonka because Lake Minnetonka is not Lake Minnetonka in Purple Rain. So I can't remember if I went to the real or the fake Minnetonka because, yeah. And then the last thing that they recommend, which I highly recommend, and if you're going to First Avenue, you're going to see it anyway, more than likely, is the new mural that was unveiled last year during Celebration by Hero Vega, if I'm pronouncing his name correctly. It is stunning. I love it. It's colorful, very rich colors. And I love that he represents Prince from different eras. So there's 3 different eras. There's like, I call it the 4U era. It's really nice to see that being recognized. And okay, Tanja, that we will let you know. Definitely. That would be great to have a whole crew going to the Arboretum. So yes, definitely you got to check out the Prince mural. You can't miss it. It's really large, which is really fantastic. And Samantha says I went to Arboretum on April 18, 2016 and sent PM message trying to get him to go out and get some fresh air. It was a beautiful day. Yes, the mural is huge. It is massive. And I love its proximity to First Avenue. I thought it was a really great location. I also wanted to talk about Sound Around, which is a music tour app that Kristen Schaumler and Sarah Lee, they're co-founders of Sound Around Tour. And I actually did take a tour with Kristen on the bus that Chaz had. I want to say 2018. The dates get so blurred. I want to say it was definitely 2018. So Kristen does a lot of amazing work. She lives in Minneapolis. So definitely support Sound Around. And, it's like, instead of being in a museum, it's a guided tour of either all things Prince or all things Minneapolis sound. So I thought that was super cool. And yeah, so we are getting to the end of our journey. We're over a little bit. My apologies. I didn't want to go over too much. And we only have one song because, again, Prince didn't record anything this week. So I just have Little Rock in the accompanying playlist. I hope you're continuing to enjoy the accompanying playlist. And the next week, when Celie and Michael Dean will be here, they will be talking about moonbeam levels, and it will be pages 94 and 95. So just 2 pages. Oh, yes, Love Sexy. Of course. My mama would be super upset that I'm leaving out shopping. I'm not a shopper, but my mama is. And of course, don't forget the Mall of America to visit. I don't know. Is this still considered the largest mall in America, or does someone?
I think it is. I think so.
Yeah. Is it still awesome?
It's big, yeah.
Well, thank you everyone for hanging out on What Did Prince Do This Week, week 21. I hope that for those of you who will be in Minneapolis, please do come up and say hello to me. If I see you and I don't speak, it's not because I'm a hater or anything. Just say hello and I'll definitely talk to you. I love talking to people. It's just hard for me to go up to people that I don't know sometimes. I can if I'm in charge because that's what I'm supposed to do. But when I'm not in charge and I'm just, just one of the crowd, I revert to being one of the crowd and I do what I do. So thank you so much, Tanja.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you so much, Love Sexy.
You're supposed to go.
Love Sexy.
Yes.
So
And everybody that's going, please be safe. Have a good time. Have each other's backs. But yeah, be safe and enjoy yourselves for real.
Bring your sanitizer.
Yes.
yes, and masks if you're into that. All right, take us out, Michael Dean.
Work it like a job. We'll see you next time.
Peace.
Thank you, Rodney.
No problem.
Thanks,
Anytime.
Rodney. Man. Yeah, man.
Always.
Congratulations. Congratulations to everybody.
Thank you.